Steve.
Hi.
Just a couple from me, if I may, please. Firstly, that looks on paper like a cracking result in terms of you now got 3 points between yourselves and the bottom three. How do you feel about it? It could have been more, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't say cracking. I think probably a mix really of some disappointed guys in the dressing room, and I like that because although we had to work really hard for what we got today, we could have easily got a little bit more. So there's a mixed feeling really of that, and also knowing that we give everything. We stuck to the plan. We showed good resilience from going 2-1 down when really, I wouldn't say we gifted that to Chelsea, but we could have done so much better. And with them goals, we knew Chelsea were going to have the ball, and we were away from home and all that sort of stuff. That we know all of that. But the game was going exactly as we wanted to go. So to quickly turn it, to go to 2-1 down, and then to get something out of the game, I think is a positive as well. So I think there's loads to take out of the game. I think we're scoring more goals, or we've scored more goals in this phase than any other phase really of the season, I think. And although we're conceding as well, but it feels like we're giving away goals more easily than how we're scoring them. We're working. You look at the 2 goals today. Great strategy in terms of the set piece for the second one. Good technique for the cross and the head for the first one. Worked really hard, and then a good finishes from the Chelsea boys, of course. But how they get there, as a group, we look at each other and I think we could have done a bit better there. So.
I guess the resilience is probably going to be a key thing in
the
fight now.
Do you know what I mean? Just asked outside by one of your colleagues there. I know the away form is the away form, and I talk openly about it because that's who we are as a group. Somebody got a message there, by the way. But I've never had to question the resilience, the desire, the attitude, the commitment, that part of the mentality. At times, a little bit of belief and a bit of concentration and a bit of confidence probably away from home, and that's why at times we've had what we've had. So it was good really to have to go in 2-1 down to get something out of the game, because I don't think many would have backed us to get anything today. So the fact that we got something, albeit we would have liked a bit more, in general is probably a positive, because regardless of when you play Chelsea, it is Chelsea. You see the squad, you see the changes. We're at Stamford Bridge. We've been what we've been away from home. I think that it's a point that could be valuable, but we've got to make it that.
I couldn't help but notice as well, you started the game in a winter coat and you finished it in a t-shirt, sweating buckets, drinking hot water. I mean, I know you guys get absorbed in the game, but that must have been pretty stressful for you out there.
Do I need to answer that? You just
just say yes.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Taiwo's come good at a good time as well.
Well, yeah. I mean, you always want your striker to be scoring goals, and he's got obviously more than a few this week. I think with T, I mean, remember he's missed most of the second part of the season, and he got injured in the time that he was doing as he did today. And although he's got his goals in the last 2 games since he's come back, he's played really well. But obviously, you want your number 9 to be scoring goals. So we've been really happy with T. He showed great attitude and commitment to get back in the way that he did. He hit the ground running as soon as we got him back on the pitch, and now he's turning good performances into good performances with goals, and I think that's what you want and you need as well. You need that from your strikers. So let's hope that he can carry on certainly in the next game, and who knows the next 2.
What was the plan, Steve, with the long throws and set?
I didn't recognise you there. Go on, mate.
Clearly Chelsea looked a bit vulnerable from them.
Well, I think we scored 3 now from long throws, and I'm not giving a secret away by mentioning it because obviously it's there. Until Chelsea made their changes, I thought we had quite a big height advantage today, which we didn't know because we didn't quite know what Chelsea team was going to get selected. And if anything, we probably planned that they might have gone with what they went with last week because they won the game away from home. But yeah, the set pieces or the throw-in has become something that's been really important for us, and we've scored from it a couple of times now and obviously created chances. So. But again, it's not just about throwing it in there and seeing what happens. It's about the strategy around it, and in all of the learning that there's been in being in the Premier League this year, strategies of attacking and defending set plays and what you come up against is something that's of a massive level as well. So yeah, just pleased we got the goal, really.
Frank called it the long loop throw, so there's more to it than that.
Yeah, no, there's got to be a technique to the throw, because in the end, if the opponent gets a first contact on it, you want it to be harder to head away in simple terms than easy in terms of distance and where it ends up. You know, you've seen Brentford this year have had great success from it, and they cause all sorts of problems. So yeah, it can be a tactic, and if it's one that's working for us, then we need to commit to it, but don't take anything for granted, because like anything, as soon as the ball's in free play, it's about then strategy, commitment, and hopefully a bit of luck, and then if you get the chances, then good technique.
Steve, you mentioned the increased goal
Hi, Paul.
rate you've had in recent weeks. Is that just Taylor, or is it more than that?
No, we do everything together, Paul. I think, like I said, I wish today is a good example of we've worked really hard to score goals and given too many away of not the same sort of level in terms of what the opponents had to do. I don't want to take anything away from Chelsea's finishes. I haven't seen them back, but I'm sure they're good. Certainly the second one. But how we've let them get into them positions is something that we'll reflect on and should do better, particularly because I felt like down our left, with Noni on the ball, I felt like we needed to double up a little bit more and be a little bit more aggressive down there. So for them to end up doing that early in the second half is something that we'll be a little bit disappointed with. But we do everything together. There's no individual glory, certainly no individual blame. The collective's the key for us. It's been brilliant all season, that I have to say, in terms of how everything has been put together. For us to have the spirit that we have is great credit to the guys. If today what we've backed that up with is good concentration, good belief, and like I say, away from home, that's something that on a mentality side is that we've not had, but it's never been a lack of want, will or desire. So that's good. And just, you know, everyone's talked about our support at home, and rightly so, because of the atmosphere that's been generated there, but they've been equally as good away from home. So for them to get something, albeit not a win, for them to get something, the fans deserve that as well.
Just a couple of games now left to go to the season. How are you going to go about these last two fixtures? Are you going to change anything in terms of G'ing up the players? What message are you going to give to them?
Oh, they don't need any G'ing up. We talk openly every day about the situation and always put context around it. We don't want everybody deals with different situations in different ways, and we just want to give everybody the opportunity to deal with it in the way that they feel fine. And if that's opening up conversations because people want to talk about that, then great. If it's a little bit more private for some other individuals, that's fine as well. But we what we don't do is, and I used this after the Southampton game, we don't have elephants in the room because that's probably not the way that everybody likes to deal with it. So and when you get players talking, to each other and in groups like this now, then that's how you build even more togetherness and understanding where people have come from. And I believe in that. So we have to keep that going. But in terms of your question, we just got to stick to what we believe in, stick to the plan. Some of it's worked really well this year. Other bits, of course, we should do better and could do better. But we're only looking forward, and we get straight back to the training ground, and not just sort of focus on next Saturday too much. We've got to focus on the next day and get as much out of it as we can.
Steve, I'm sorry, I could just give a quick quote about how stressful it was, actually, if you don't mind.
No, I wouldn't say stressful is the right word. Of course, it's intense, and you want to get what you want out of the game. But I'm not complaining about stressful. If I complain about it, then don't do it. So, no, I just all caught up in the game, trying to keep a clear mind, trying to make the right decisions. We planned a few changes in the game, but then we changed a little bit because of the way the game went. We had a couple of vulnerable players on the pitch in terms of injuries and things like that, and managed to get some guys through it. So we were ready for whatever, and you just try and keep a clear mind in that. It's not always easy, but just at times you want to be the calmest guy around. But it's just a bit of another game where some things that we've done well, other games we should do better. Other things we should do better, and take tonight just to think about it, watch the game back, and make more sense of it, really.
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
How important can it be to have stopped that losing run away from home, given that the final game is away as well, and it could be a really important one? Can you take a lot of confidence and belief?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah, for when Crystal Palace comes round. But yeah, like always, we want to take anything that was good in the game and build on it, and at the same time look at the stuff that we should do better at. I've got a dodgy neck, by the way, if you wonder what I'm like this.
Stood in the wrong place.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. No, of course, like you like I said to you, mentality-wise, I've never had to question, if we're talking about the away games, which I repeat has been nowhere near good enough. I've never had to question sort of desire and commitment. Players will never give up. Some things we could have done better at is the confidence and the belief, really. So to be 2-1 down when I don't want to say comfortable in the game, but you know, the game going as we planned, to they go 2-1 down thinking maybe here we go again, for the guys to recover as they did, we should be satisfied with that, but with the mentality of how we improve.
Any more?
I'm going to get some
Thank you.
painkillers. There you go.
Your phone keeps